Brandee Evans plays Mercedes in the new Starz series PValley, which is set in the Pink strip club, Brandee. I'm Matt Noble, and I'm here to ask you, the Pink has a lot of rules in what do you have any rules for acting and for your performances?
Oh, good question. For acting, you know what? My number one rule for actors is to do work, never get comfortable. So yeah, I never get comfortable. I'm always studying and trying to work at my craft. So yeah, that is the number one rule to me.
What is a moment in PValley that you have felt the least comfortable then?
Oh, wow. Oh, you're trying to hit me with these good questions. All right. That I felt the least comfortable. You know what? It's going to be episode 5. And that's that jail scene, because I knew that it's called The Belly for a reason. And I knew that it was so important to Katori, and I really wanted to do it justice. And it was away from everything that was naturally comfortable for me. It's comfortable for me to dance. I've been a professional dancer before, but to actually, that was just straight locking in on this character and acting and portraying what this Mercedes character is and to Katori. So I really wanted to do that. So that was the hardest scenes.
You said you've been a professional dancer before. Like, is it different, like professional dancing and then like acting dancing, or are they quite similar?
Well, I always say that dancing is acting as well, but it was different with this character, because it's one thing when you're dancing for Katy Perry, and it's another thing when you're dancing it to make this money and take home these tips and play Mercedes. So that part was very different, being comfortable as a woman in my body, and just completely trying to do justice to these stories and these women. So it was very difficult, but I'm so glad that I was able to do that.
Yeah, and something very interesting about PValley is that every episode is directed by a woman. It's got a sole female director lineup. Particularly as someone who plays one of the central women characters in the show. How do you think that impacts the storytelling and the series?
It absolutely impacted it. It made everyone comfortable on set, in my opinion. It's just something about having those women, they had that motherly touch. Even if you weren't a woman, you still had that motherly touch that I think we can all relate to a little bit. And then for us being women and being in such a vulnerable state and having these moments where we have to bear it all, literally, mentally and physically, it was very comfortable because you felt like you had your sister there. She understood you. It was easier to say to her, hey girl, I'm a little bloated today. Like, where are you framing me at? So I could know when and when not to So, and she got it. She understood, and just shooting you comfortably too, and not from a woman's gaze, not where because it could very easily go very raunchy, but I don't feel like PValley does, because it's so tastefully shot. And I think that the women help do that.
Yeah. Do you think what was a scene that was a particularly highlight for you to film and to shoot?
Oh, I love episode 3. We had Millicent as our director. That was some of the hardest stunts, but I felt so proud of myself. So when you get to see the Trinity do that 3-stack, I just felt really proud of that scene. Also, you're learning that Mercedes is a mother in that episode, which was very important for me to tell that story with the audience, so you could see that vulnerable side of Mercedes. So episode 3 was definitely probably my favorite episode.
Yeah,
to do in that case, because I still love fives.
Yeah. There is so much that Mercedes is juggling and trying to balance in her life, her professional life, her family life, the other things she sort of takes on. What do you think is the thing that drives Mercedes? What do you think the thing is that motivates her and makes her tick?
I think Mercedes is so driven. She has lots of things that drive her, but I think at the core of her is that she is a mother, and she really wants to get her child back. And she's even being motherly with some of the girls in a sense. It may be tough love, but she's still trying to mold them and show them a better way as well. So I think that that motherhood drives her out of it all. And as most mothers, and probably almost all mothers, they will do anything for their children, or you know, to make life better for them as well. So that driven
Yeah.
impact that a mother has.
Yeah. Sorry, maybe my camera. Yes. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, you're okay.
So yeah. How do you how are you most similar to Mercedes, and how are you most different to Mercedes?
Oh wow, me and Mercedes are very similar. I feel like I always like to tell people the only reason me and Mercedes probably are different is that our professions. So Mercedes is a dance coach, and I've coached dance teams my entire life. I'm worse than Mercedes though. My girls will tell you when it comes to coaching, because I do not play that. I know all their business. I need to know what's happening in and out of the gym. And so I'm very similar to her in that case. My father's actually, I grew up a PK, preacher's kid. So I'm very similar in that sense, except my daddy didn't have me doing none of that stuff Patrice had Mercedes doing. And then the dance team, just being a dancer as well. So I have a company called Hip Hop and Heels. So I've been teaching women confidence is sexy, not your dress size, for 10, 15 years now. So when Mercedes is teaching these women how to be comfortable in their bodies and confident, I think that overlaps as well.
Oh, that's good. What was the most...
Wait, I didn't tell you one thing.
Yeah,
let's back up.
Yeah.
Patrice and Mercedes and that relationship, my mom and I actually had a toxic relationship growing up. So it's crazy that I'm her caregiver now, but people back home that knew before this, they would have probably never imagined that. So I think that that's a beautiful story that is shown with Mercedes and Patrice as well, because at the end you see her running back to her mom, which is very similar to me. I'm always gonna run back to my mom. You only get one mom. And I feel like Mercedes feels the same.
Yeah. And like, I guess that good story there. And we don't know what's necessarily going to happen in potential future seasons of PValley, but hopefully it's sort of a message. There's always hope. There's always hope, even in the darkness and in the when things seem pretty bad. Was there a particular what's a lesson that you think that you have learned from making PValley?
A lesson that I've learned. You know what? I've always said I'm pretty confident, but until PValley did I start, even I think my best friend Sasha mentioned before, like you've changed in the sense of sometimes I don't really care as much about what people think and just being who I am and sitting comfortably in who I am as a person. And I feel like that Mercedes character is very comfortable with who she is. You know, take it or, you know, love it or hate it. You know, she's very diverse in a lot of ways, but she is who she is and she has no apologies for it. And I feel like I'm growing into that more and more every day. So I've taken a lot of that with me.
Yeah. Is there, what was the most fun day shooting the show?
That's hard. We had a lot of fun days on PValley. It's probably going to go back to episode 3 again with the dance team. And when I'm going down that line with those girls, because it brought back those memories with my girls have literally sat there in those squats and had me preach at them, be it about boys, about their outfits. I heard you wore your shorts a little too short, you know, like that was really me. So to be able to bring that real life to the moment was really fun. And even one of the little girls, she goes, Miss Brandee, you know that's not really us. Those are the big girls. They recorded the big girls shaking on the fence. And I was like, I don't care. I thought it was you. So I'm gonna believe it's you. But I made them believe it so much. They were like, did she really think we was twerking? Ma'am, we didn't do it. But it was really sweet. And it reminded me of my first love, which was coaching those dance teams.
Yeah. Okay, so I had a question come in. What do you do when you break your heels or when your heels break?
Oh, interesting, because I broke about 5 pair on the finale, episode 8, getting thrown into that wall by Montavious. In real life or on PValley?
Let's go with both. Start with real life, then go to PValley. Yeah.
In real life, when you break your heel, you stay on the balls of your feet, child. Because I've had it happen and the heel has broken, and you just stay on your toes. You shouldn't be leaning back. And I always tell women too, you can stay forward, you can catch yourself forward, but when you go back, there's no coming out of that. You're going down. So when you break your heel, ladies, you stay on the balls of your feet, or man, child.
Yeah. What about PValley?
On PValley, you stress your wardrobe department out pretty much. And they have to keep getting duplicates of the shoes. And by the end, you may be in a size 6 when you really wear a size 8, because at that point, you just got to get through the scene because you've broken all the shoes. So
yeah. Well, there you go. That question came courtesy of Nico and Nan. He wanted me to ask you that when I spoke to him yesterday.
Nico did not do that to me.
Yeah.
He knows, stay on the balls of your toes.
Yeah. Well, and he also wanted me to ask you, what's rule 55.99?
55.99. I think that one is even when it ain't no money raining, dance like Tonight Show last night.
Ding, ding. That's correct. That's what he said.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what's rule 24.5?
Oh my gosh. See, he grilled me on 55.99. I didn't know that one. And I don't know 24 point, what is it? 24 point?
24.5.
I don't know that one.
Crying at the pink.
No crying at the pink. There you go. Yeah. Is there, what's your favorite rule of all the rules at the pink? Is it 24.5? Is it 55.99? Is it a different one?
It is 25. It is 24.5, because I try to think of the pink as life in general. So no crying, suck it up, get through it.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. I guess what is something that helps you when you like sort of feel like crying? Like what helps you sort of suck it up and like, is it?
Yeah, I try to think of the reason. Let's just be real. It's been a hard year for everyone.
Yeah.
And so I try to think of the positive that is coming out of it. 2020 has been a mess for a lot of people, but then I go, PValley came out this year. July 12th was a beautiful moment for you. Just trying to remember the blessings in the storms, and then I have good friends around me. My best friend, Sasha, is always trying to shift my thinking to make me think positively. So you keep good people around you, that helps.
Oh, that's good. Who's the most fun on set of PValley?
We are all fun. I cannot go there. You're going to make me call it out. But I'm going to have to say Nico is definitely the one that's going to come in and get you going. If you're having a rough day, no matter what's happening, Nico is coming with that energy. Yeah. It's pretty consistent.
Yeah. What surprised you most in the series when you're getting the scripts and you're reading through where the characters are going and what's happening? Was there anything that shocked you or surprised you?
Yes, I didn't know Mercedes was a mom until I got that script.
Oh, really?
And I called Nico and I cried. Because once again, Mercedes is so close to me because I lost my daughter in real life. So Nico knows that. And then Terica was around the same age that my daughter would be now. So when I got that script and I saw that Mercedes was a mother, I just bawled. And it was just like, I get to be a mom on camera. I get to live through Mercedes' a dream. You're going to make me tear up now. So that was so beautiful.
Oh, that's nice. Like a special moment and a special thing to get to play out through. That's good. It happened in episode 3. So you still had, five episodes?
I know. Yeah. And the whole time. And I still talk to her. It's so funny. I talked to her just yesterday. So those moments, I've always said PValley was therapy for me, but it truly is therapy and healing.
Yeah. You talked about the blessings in the storms. Is that the biggest blessing that's come from PValley for you, or is there something else?
All of it. I can't pinpoint it. For one, I can say thank you, Starz, because I can comfortably feed my mother now. I didn't even have groceries in my refrigerator when I got PValley, and my mentor Robbie Reed had just sent me Instacart to try to get groceries. So this job has truly helped change my life to where I can breathe a little bit and I can do what I love. And that's always been my vision every year when I do a vision board, just God blessed me, you know, to be able to care for my mother and live my dream. And so PValley allowed me to do both.
What's it like when like there is a job, like you sort of just need a job, you need the money, like it's a blessing just having the work and having the paycheck from PValley, but then you're in this show that gets like acclaim from the press and stuff like that. Like it's sort of more than just a job. Like what is it like when that sort of you get that reception from the show?
I think I'm still taking that in. I cry about it every week. And I cry, you know, because it's just so so overwhelming, and it's beautiful. I'm still taking it in because I knew the show was good, but I didn't know how it would truly affect people, you know. And I've had people all over the world, women that are in this profession, and you know that I'm truly touching, and these are their lives. So I never expected that part when I got PValley. I just thought, oh, I'm about to be on this show, and it sounds like it's going to be good. And then you realize it's changing some people's lives, and it's just it's a heavy moment to take in, and it's humbling.
What do you think if you had to describe, summarize what PValley was about? What do you think the show's about?
PValley is a show about men and women and the things that happen in their lives and how they survive by any means necessary. And I wouldn't even talk about the club of it so much because that's just happened to be where they work. So, you know, they all happen to work at a place called the Pink. That's a strip club. And then from there on, it just branches out because I don't think it's just about the dancers. I mean, you got so much, so much.
I think it's a great spot to leave it, Brandee. Thank you so much for talking with us today about PValley. People can go to goldderby.com who are watching this interview and make your own awards predictions. Yeah, Brandee, all the best of luck with the series. All the best of luck with upcoming award nominations from the Golden Globes and the Screen Actors Guild and all that jazz. And have a great time.